Yeah, Sarah, if you don't mind coming off of mute as well, it looks like you already are. So interestingly enough, it sounds like a similar concern to what Sandra was saying. So
I can relate to every word of it. They suspect, they don't really know. Everyone's in a guessing mode. Nobody knows. And just having a little bit more insight into what's going on. And I know a few months ago, we got one that we got an anomaly report that we had a refrigerant leak. So, that was kind of cool because before you wouldn't know that until they either did a PM and found it or whatever. And by then, it was this big deal. So it was really nice to just call in. I think it was a few things on that one report, and we called it all in at once, got it all done. And it felt very proactive, which was cool because a lot of times with this refrigeration stuff, I mean, we're a really old store. We've had lots of refrigeration things, and it's nice to number one, have that like little extra set of eyes on things. And number two, just feeling like you're being a little bit proactive with some of this stuff instead of waiting for your whole cases to go down. And then all of a sudden you're out of business and you've got all this labor trying to pull cases and deal with that. So anything that can be a little bit more proactive, I think is well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, I totally agree. Thank you so much for going into some detail there. Yeah, I would assume, right? Because you had talked about, I love the quote that you gave, which is like, I can't tell you how many times, a technician comes in and then gripes about the last technician that was there.
So many times. Oh, well, they did this. And, we had one recently that they used too small of a wire to wire something. And it's like, well, so he's telling me that. So it's just there's a lot of variations with techs, and anything that can give them like just a hard example of this is what's going on, I think is really good. Because a lot of times, like they said, it's a tier 1 tech or tier 2 tech, and they don't know. They just honestly don't know. And so anything to give them that little extra help is good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. I know you've been so generous with your time. I just wanted to hit on one thing that I thought was really fascinating. So you had talked about having this recurring issue with your refrigeration system that it seemed like no technician could solve. And then you'd said that for the first time we sent our anomaly to you and they were actually able to finally solve it.
Right. We actually have another one right now though. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to print out. So I have a question actually. Can I print out a report even if there's no anomaly and give that to them to see if, because I think right now we have a set point issue with our AC system. And I'm curious if I just, even without an anomaly, can just print out the report to see if that will help them. Because right now we have the same kind of situation. The techs can't fix it. They don't know what the problem is, but I don't know if that is something that it can do.
Yeah. Well, you can log into your customer web portal. Henry, you want to go into a little detail there? If you can unmute.
Yeah. We can either log into your customer web portal and take a look at, you said this was a HVAC set point?
It's something about it keeps alarming for AC, and so far they haven't been able to fix it. So I'm kind of thinking, well, what can we do to help them figure out what the problem is?
Yeah, definitely. Let me get with the product team and get something sent over on that.
Okay.
We'll make sure that gets addressed.
That would be awesome. Thank you. But yeah, anything that helps with anything like that is a win for us for sure.